How are you, beloved? This is the Remnant Seed Bible Study channel. Welcome. I want to do another follow-up on the Antichrist. I've been hearing a lot of sermons preached on this subject, and it just seems like everybody's confused about this. Everybody thinks you can't identify who the Antichrist is, and it's so easy. I don't understand it. I really don't understand it. It's like people have blinders on about this subject. But when you say the word Antichrist, you're saying imposter Christ, fake Christ, somebody who transforms himself into an angel of light, a metamorphosis. I'll go into all the Greek words. I'll try to show you this. I realize I've done a lot of videos on this, but it's very important the church understands who this guy is, this Antichrist. It's only mentioned 5 times in the Bible, but it's very important because this guy's getting ready to be released on the stage in the world. He's going to claim to be God and exalt himself above everything that is called God. And so when you say the word Antichrist, those group of words fit together like a glove. They're one and the same. When somebody claims to be something they're not, guess what? They're an Antichrist. It means an imposter. So when Satan stands in the holy place claiming to be God, he's fulfilling the role as Antichrist. So when you say Antichrist, you're actually identifying him. And beloved, I don't get why there's so much confusion about this. Everybody's running around digging up rocks, looking behind trees. They're looking everywhere for this guy, and they're not going to find him. Okay, he's not here yet. This is Satan. This is his final role of this dispensation of time. He is not going to let anybody perform this role. He wants this role personally. And make sure you make no mistake, he's going to do this, okay? And if you understand what Satan's modus operandi is, he wants to be God, and the only way he can do it is to pretend he's Christ. So when you're saying Antichrist, you're saying the great pretender. I don't know how any plainer I could make this, beloved. I don't know how any plainer I could make this. You don't need to go around looking for a man or waiting for some guy to come up out of Europe or something like that. The Bible tells us there will come a time when Michael and his angels will kick this guy out of heaven onto the earth. Beloved, that's where Satan is right now. He is in heaven, and Michael and his angels are holding him in chains. And when God instructs him to kick Satan out, I'm telling you, all hell is going to break loose on this earth, and many people are going to be deceived, okay? When I say all hell is going to break loose, a lot of people are going to be deceived and worship this guy as if he were Christ. He is that good. And if you're not prepared for this, you're going to be deceived, wholly seduced. You're going to take the mark. You're not going to be a virgin bride if you get seduced by this joker, okay? If you're a bride and you open the door to the wrong groom, guess what? You're going to pray for the mountains to fall on you when the true bride shows up. Beloved, all this fits together. The bride of Christ, the 10 virgins. Paul's saying, I want to present you as a chaste virgin to God, right? To Christ. If you jump in the sack spiritually with Satan, guess what? You're not a virgin anymore, spiritually speaking. This is all given to us in a beautiful metaphor. All right, let's go over some of this. I'm going to try to do the best I can. Now, here we are again with this word anti. This is a Greek word. This is a preposition. Okay, and it's only one time it's mentioned here where it says against. Okay, but the rest, opposite, hence, instead of. It denotes contrast, requital, substitution, short definition is instead of, in return for, opposite, in exchange, as a substitute, on my behalf. So you're saying imposter. So this is the very definition of Satan in his role, standing in the holy place, claiming to be God. He's anti. He is a substitution, and that's what he's doing when he stands in the holy place. He's an anti. He's a substitute Christ. You see that? This is basically right here. This is all we need right here. This is saying this is an antichrist. Who do you think wants to perform this role? It's Satan. There's only one person it could be. Is Satan. Okay? Now, the scriptures don't actually come out and say the Antichrist is Satan, but the word Antichrist and imposter Christ are one and the same. If Satan is taking on the role as Antichrist, he is an imposter, and vice versa. When he stands in the holy place and claims to be God, he's taking on the role as Antichrist or the false Messiah. This is how you identify who the Antichrist is. Beloved, when you say the word Antichrist, you are identifying him. Do you see this? When you say the word Antichrist, you're basically identifying who it is. So when you say Antichrist and you say, well, I don't know who the Antichrist is. Nobody knows how to identify him. Beloved, it just makes me want to scream, okay? I don't want to understand it. It's right there in your face. It's staring you right in the face. He's not some man pretending to be Christ. It's Satan pretending to be God or Christ. When you say the word Antichrist, you're identifying who Satan is in the Greek tongue. And in this role as the one who wants to be God, claiming to be God and standing in the holy place, just like 2 Thessalonians 2 tells us. That's what Paul is trying to tell you here. This is Satan. It's not some man. Why is everybody so confused? I could say it a million times, beloved, and I don't think some of these people will ever get this fact until this guy shows up on earth. There's only one entity that could actually convince people he's Christ, and that's Satan. Why is everybody looking for a man to perform this role? And I've heard lately a lot of pastors on this subject, and they're saying there's no way to identify this guy. And the answer's staring them right in the face, and I don't understand it. When he stands in the holy place claiming to be God, he's performing the role as Antichrist. What are you doing when you stand in the holy place claiming to be God? You're an Antichrist when you claim to be something you're not. That's the essence of the word. Now, let's go over these 5 times the word Antichrist is written down. Now, the first time, little children. It is the last time. Now, this is kind of worded funny here. John is saying that I want to speak to you about the last days, okay? And he's saying, you have heard that Antichrist in the singular shall come. So apparently John had taught this to him before, okay? And it was apparent to everybody during this period, during this time. And basically what John is saying is, in the last days, I have told you that the false Christ will come. Okay? Even now, there are many antichrists where we know that it is the last time. Now, the word last here, as it's used, is eschatos. It's where we get the word eschatology. And it means just that. It means the very last, okay? Now, 1 John 2:22, who's a liar but denieth that Christ is the Christ, that Jesus is the Christ, he is an antichrist. that denieth the Father and Son. So all the rest of these times, basically it's saying that these people who claim these, that Christ didn't come in the flesh, he didn't come in the spirit, what John is saying is these people are imposters. Okay? They claim to be Christ's possession, but they're imposters, and they're claiming to be something they're not. And that's what he's basically saying here, okay? When you say the word antichrist, it takes on this, kind of spooky, freaky man that comes out of hell somewhere, and he's this, nasty dude with a pitchfork and a red jumpsuit on. But all it's saying is an imposter. That's the essence of the word antichrist. It's imposter, somebody who claims to be something that they're not. Okay? Now I want to go over this word transformed here in 2 Corinthians 11:14. And no marvel, for Satan himself is transformed into an angel of light. Okay? Look at that. This is Satan in his role as the Antichrist. He's transforming himself into an angel of light. He's claiming to be something he's not. And Luke 10:18 tells us, and he said unto them, I beheld Satan as lightning fall from heaven. This is Satan being cast to the earth as lightning to stand in the holy place and claiming to be God. This is Satan. See what I'm saying right here? See that? That's Satan. He's kicked out of heaven. And Christ told us right here, he said, Satan is kicked out of heaven as lightning falling from heaven. And this is how he performs the role as Antichrist, by standing in the holy place claiming to be God, claiming to be something he's not. He's an imposter. When you say the word Antichrist, you're saying imposter. Okay, and then 2 Corinthians 11:15, and therefore it's no great thing that if his ministers also be transformed as the ministers of righteousness, whose end shall be according to their works. So, beloved, there's people actually on the earth right now that are doing the work of Satan by teaching things like the rapture doctrine, because they're teaching you that the first Messiah who appears is Christ, when in all reality it's the Antichrist, the one standing in the holy place claiming to be God. So they have transformed themselves into ministers of righteousness, and they are actually doing the work of Satan, okay? They are giving suck to the works of darkness and nursing along the spiritual child. Woe unto those who are with child and give suck in those days. It's a spiritual metaphor for transforming yourself as a minister of righteousness and teaching false doctrine. It all fits together like a glove, beloved. Don't let these jokers deceive you. They're false prophets. A lot of them are nothing but, they're just money hungry. I don't even want to get into it, beloved. I'm not going to name any names or a church, but by their fruits you'll know them. Now let's look at this word transform in the Greek. It's 3339. Metamorpho, it's where we get the word metamorphosis from, okay? But really, I want to go to the Greek, the Greek 3345, and it's metashkemetsio, okay? To change fashion or appearance. I change the outward appearance, the dress, the form of presentment of something. I transfigure, I adapt, to transform, disguise. So these people are disguised, okay? They are cloaked. They're a wolf in sheep's clothing, okay? And that's a perfect analogy right there of this word, metashkemetsio. I can't even say it, beloved. A wolf in sheep's clothing. That's exactly what these these ministers of righteousness, so-called righteousness, are. Okay, last extreme, okay, eschatos. It means the very last, the uttermost. And this is what the last trump in Corinthians 15:52. The last trump is the very uttermost last trump. And there's only 7, beloved, okay? And Satan comes at the 666, and Christ comes at the 777, the last, the uttermost extreme trump. Okay, and I give you the two. These are the only scriptures you need to prove that the Antichrist is Satan. And if you go to Isaiah 14:11, it talks to you about this very same. This is the only place the word Lucifer is used in the Old Testament, and it's an angel. He's the bright morning star, but he's not. He's an imposter. See, it's even found in that word Lucifer. He's an imposter. Lucifer's an antichrist. He is the one who stands in the holy place claiming to be God. Look, and look here, he's even called a man. You know he's not no man. Okay, even Gabriel's called a man. But you know he's not a man. It's a role. It's a name. Okay? Now look at verse 13. For thou hast said in thine heart, I will ascend into heaven. I will exalt my throne above the stars of God. I will also sit in the mount of the congregation, in the temple of God, in the sides of the north, and I will ascend above the heights of the clouds and be like the Most High. An imposter and antichrist. Can't say it enough. Okay, now beloved, look at this, man. 2 Thessalonians 2:3. Let no man deceive you by any means, for that day shall not come, except there come a falling away first. And a man of sin be revealed, the son of perdition. Guess what? The son of perdition and the Antichrist are one and the same. Satan's the only one who has already been sentenced to perish. Okay, here's the Greek word perish, number 684, apolia. And this is where apollyon comes from. Satan has already been sentenced to perish, to destruction. Look at the word, all the ruin, loss, perishing, eternal ruin, damnation, destruction. Beloved, this is not Judas. This is talking about Satan, okay? And this was what Paul was trying to tell us here, okay? The son of perdition is Satan. The Antichrist are all interchangeable. The Antichrist is a role that Satan plays. And when you say the word apollyon, it's a condition. Satan's been sentenced to perish. Okay, that's why it's called the son of perishing or perdition. See how that works? Isn't that just smooth as silk butter? Okay, and he opposeth and exalted himself above all that is called God or that is worship. And so he is God, sitteth in the temple of God, showing himself that he is God. This is the Antichrist. I don't know how many times I could say it, beloved. This is him showing himself that he is God. So when you say showing himself that he is God, you're saying Antichrist. When he stands in a holy place claiming to be God, he's fulfilling his role as the Antichrist or the false Messiah. The imposter transformed himself as an angel of light. Now, one of the first things Christ told the disciples was, take heed that no man deceive you. He said the same thing in Mark 13, Mark 24:4. Take heed lest no man deceive you. Satan's called a man, right? But he's not a man. Transforms himself into an angel of light as the Antichrist, and he will deceive the entire world. And if the days weren't shortened, even the elect would be fooled. And then Luke 21:18, he said, take heed that you be not deceived, for many shall come in my name, saying, I am Christ, and the time draweth near, go ye not therefore after them. You got a lot of people around here they run around playing Christ. Some of these preachers, these guys actually think they're God. They act like God. They prance around on the stage like rock stars. And it makes me sick to watch them. It absolutely makes me sick to watch them. I can't hardly stand to look at some of these guys. They're so full of ego. Now, look, people, if they run around saying Christ is here or over there, or standing in the holy place, don't believe a word they tell you, okay? And this is the warning Christ gave to you. If they're running around telling you this Antichrist is Christ, don't believe them. If you can still pinch yourself, guess what? You're still in the flesh and the true Christ has not arrived. That's one surefire way you can tell if this guy is real or not. Look down at your skin and pinch yourself. If you can feel it, you still have not entered into your spiritual body, beloved. So this is what this means. Don't be deceived. If they run around telling you Christ is here and you're still in your flesh, I can tell you it ain't happened yet, buddy. It's really not rocket science. Now, go to Matthew 24:26. Wherefore, if they shall say unto you, behold, he is in the desert, go not forth. Behold, he is in the secret chambers, believe it not. Okay? This is talking about the Antichrist, okay? Why would Christ give you these warnings here if he wasn't warning you about this imposter Antichrist, claiming to be Christ, standing in the holy place claiming to be Christ? Now, 2 Peter 1:19 is a good description of people who have the truth. We also have a more sure word of prophecy, whereunto ye do well that ye take heed, as unto a light that shineth in a dark place until the day dawn, and the day star arise in your hearts. Okay, now these are all the verses you can find this dude being cast from heaven to the earth, performing this role as Antichrist. And look at here, Revelation 13. And he doeth great wonders, so that he maketh fire come down from heaven on the earth in the sight of men. This is in his role as the Antichrist or the false Messiah. When you see people running around telling you Christ is here or lo, he's over there, believe them not. This is him right here doing great wonders. And deceiveth them that dwelleth on the earth by the means of those miracles which he had power to do in the sight of the beast, saying to them that dwell on the earth, that they should make an image to the beast which had the wound by a sword and did live. This is simply the beast and the beast system. This is a deadly wound inflicted on the beast system. And Satan will come transformed as an angel of light and heal the beast system and tell you, I'm the answer to all your problems. A chicken in every pot. Prosperity. I'm going to pay all your bills off, okay? Now I'm going to just go over some ridiculous stuff here. Did Obama tell you he was Christ? How about the Pope? Did Trump say he was Christ? See, that's what it means when you say Antichrist. You're saying somebody that claims they're Christ. And last time I checked, none of these claim to be Christ. The Pope might claim to be the vicar to Christ, but he's not Christ. Okay, never claimed to be Christ. And everybody's running around, looking under rocks, looking in a closet. And the Greek word anti tells you exactly who it is. It's Satan, transformed as an angel of light. He's an imposter. Christ said, take heed lest any man deceive you. Look at all these roles here, beloved. Guess what? These are all one and the same. And there's 33 of them. And guess what? Antichrist is in there. And even Satan is called a man, okay? Beloved, I hope I got this through. I've been hammering on this. I want people to understand this. This is not rocket science. When you say the word antichrist, you're saying one who claims to be God, and you're identifying who it is by saying the word itself. So why would you say the word and then say who is the antichrist? You see how dumb that is? I can't. I've said that. I'm probably getting a little bit annoying, but man, to me, it's so frustrating to see these preachers walk around in front of their congregation and say they can't identify who the Antichrist is when they say the word Antichrist, they're actually identifying him. Anyway, that's the end of this lecture, beloved. I hope I wasn't too annoying, but I love you, and I want you to get this. And much love from me to you, and we'll see you on the next lecture.